From the earliest time in Scripture, one of the first forms we see of worship is this offering at the altar of God. Cain and Abel did it when they brought their offerings before God. Noah, after the water receded from the flood, built an altar and gave his offerings to God. Abraham and Isaac, in their tremendously tough story that they had was centered around the altar of God. Moses delivered the law to the Hebrews, and at its center was this idea of the offering at the altar of God. Even Jesus, during his time, made offerings at the altar. Paul describes himself more than once as being like a drink offering that's poured out on the altar. And you need to know that those offerings sometimes looked quite a bit different because they were susceptible to the circumstances of the world. That it was possible that living in a broken world actually dealt them a tough blow when it came to what they brought before the altar. There were times where the season was great and the harvest was plentiful, but there were also times where there was drought. And there were times what they grew or what they raised didn't look like it normally did. There were times where the offering they brought was less than perfect. It could be affected by the circumstances, by the seasons. It was a time sometimes to bring and lay it and go, God, this is what I got. It's not perfect. It's not as good as last time. Maybe it's better than next time, but this is what I got. And what I got, I give to you. I lay it here. And when I lay it here and I devote it to God, then something amazing happened. God makes it sacred.